Now, though, tonight on Celebrity Big Brother, Coulson, David, Fern, Louis and Nikita all stand a chance of being crowned champion after Bradley's shock, might I say, a little bit cruel eviction last night.
The public have been voting.
No.
That the 7th housemate to be evicted from the Celebrity Big Brother house is you.
Oh my God!
I love you all so much. I love you all so much.
This is horrible.
Oh my God, no, it's fine. It's fine, yes.
And you were just saying, Lauren, and ZeZe are here. You've just seen Bradley, because he was on GMB this morning. He's such a lovely lad, isn't he?
He's divine.
He's
so
such
cute.
But, you know, because last night, if you weren't watching, they thought they were going to see one of their loved ones. He thought we might even see his dog. And then, I mean, lovely as AJ is, it's the last person you want to see at that
I felt
point.
so bad for Bradley, because all during the house, that was, like, his one thing that he was looking forward to every other day. Like, as we near towards the end, he'd be like, maybe today's going to be the day that we're going to get to see, like, our friends.
Because you knew that that was part of the sort of
No, he
show.
didn't know, but because he watched the civilian one, then he was like, he thought,
I know what's coming.
Yeah, so he knew it was, he thought at one point it might come, so
he said to me before, he said, I didn't expect to see those heels in the garden. Thought it might have been
got
me.
lovely heels on this morning. Listen, how was the experience for you, Lauren? I mean, was it second out, but was it worth going in for you, and what has your experience been like?
I had the most gorgeous time. It was a lot of fun, and for me, it was great, other than the fact that I felt like I was sleeping in Selfridges. You know, we had the lights, the air conditioning. That was my one struggle. We all struggle sleeping, but I had such a great time. I was just saying before, actually, when I packed the first time to go and then I came back in, the second time, unpacking and repacking was playing on my mind, and I thought, you know what, I am ready to go home.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was, but it was tough, you know.
But that coming out bit, I mean, I know I've seen quotes of you in the Metro and various other places saying coming out is a bit brutal. That sort of interview process coming out, you found that sort of the hardest bit of the whole experience.
Well, what happens when you're in there, we're sat there for a couple of hours, we don't know, you've been nominated, you're holding on, going, am I going, am I staying? And it's all the emotions are playing on your head. And then also you're told to walk to a lift, come up, stand, wave. You don't know where you're going, and it's quiet. You can hear the booing outside. We hear the noise for like 2 hours before. It's quite. It's very.
Well, you're anticipating.
Frightening. It's frightening, correct? And it's not something I've ever done before.
No.
Never walked out to an audience being evicted, and so. Then when I come out and to be asked questions and shown what everyone said about me, it was really hard. And, you know, I didn't think so many had voted me out. I knew there was a few, like her, but...
You still got your friends again?
Yeah, well, I'm too short,
And
you know.
ZeZe, what was your relationship with Louis like? Because that got some attention, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Me and Louis have, like, a frenemy relationship. We get along, and then sometimes we don't get along, and I think that's the beauty of it. We have difference of opinions, but then, you know, we agree on things. Like, we had a really nice moment where I was talking about my gran, and, you know, that book, like, we got... So there was so many moments that we had in that. It was just so interesting, because that day, the task of the King and Queen thing, I literally was just like, oh, my gosh. But when I watched it, it just looked so funny, and I was thinking... there were moments and I was just like, Louis, no, please stop. But it was...
Well, it's been a fantastically entertaining show. I mean, it's really captured the nation. It's a real moment. What's going on, or what was going on between Fern and Nikita? Because there was a bit of a strange atmosphere between the two of them, wasn't there? And it seemed a bit strange, but I think as viewers, we didn't quite know what was causing it.
I mean, ZeZe was in the house, so I was watching that as a viewer, not in the house. So if I say as a viewer what I thought...
Go on, then.
Because I've caught up on the show also as a viewer, and I never knew that Fern cried that much, because she was having quite a nice time in the house. And then when I've watched it back, she spent a lot of time with Big Brother crying. So I feel that she's played a bit of a game with Nikita, and... he really just said, you look nice, Fern. And that was my opinion as a viewer,
I think when you're in the house, though, as you know, it gets so... It's the pressure sometimes. Like, we had an argument over an orange. Like, literally, we literally had... It's so high pressure, and as the time goes on, you are really missing your friends and your family, and literally, someone could just say one little thing, and in the outside world, you would brush it off. But in there... you're constantly overthinking things, overanalyzing
You also
things.
don't have your normal support
Right,
thing.
and
So you
that's
might go
another thing.
at home if you feel a bit stressed, I'll go for a walk, or I'll like stroke the dog, or I'll phone my friend. Like, you can't do any of that in Big Brother. So then you are literally just left with your feelings, aren't you?
And I think also with the age thing, you know, Louis had made a few comments as well, you know, during when we did the girl band thing, there was a few comments about, you know, even you look good, Fern. Like, I think those type of things, as time goes on, it plays on you, and then you're kind of wondering, oh, is this what everyone thinks of me in the house? So in her defence, I do think maybe it just... In that moment, I think it just got on top of her, and maybe it was just taken out of context, and that's what I think happened.
So quickly, for finalists, who do you want to win and who do you think will win?
Well, we're going to have different opinions. I think Nikita, he's an all-round star. He's amazing at everything he does. And what he does, which is, I don't know whether you've seen it, he really is so caring. So when you were doing the dancing, he was so kind. He said, look, Lauren, you're not getting the moves. Stand behind, watch. He really puts his heart and soul into everything he does.
ZeZe,
I'm saying David all the way. David, he just literally brings so much light to the house, and he's just himself. Like, he's been himself. He doesn't care what anyone thinks, and so I want him to win.
But he's your best friend in there, really, isn't he?
I mean, everyone. I think everyone is.
But I'm glad that things have worked out between the two of you, and you've provided an amazing moment of entertainment. So thank you to both of you for agreeing to go in and taking the hit. Now, the Celebrity Big Brother final starts at 9 p.m. tonight on ITV1.